All right, more breaking updates now coming in. Israel has delayed the land invasion of Gaza for several days due to the weather conditions. That's a big update coming in. Remember, Israel had spoken about the ground offensive. The troops had also been moved as Israel vowed to obliterate Hamas terrorists completely. But now, due to the bad weather condition, there's a delay in the operations. Israel announcing that the land invasion of Gaza has been delayed by some days due to the weather conditions. My colleague Rishabh joining us on the broadcast with the details. Rishabh, the troops had been moved towards Gaza. The ground offensive was to start today. A deadline had also been issued to the civilians in Gaza to leave towards the southern side, but it looks like the weather has now delayed the operations.
Definitely, we heard on Saturday that the Israeli defense forces have very clearly given just a 24-hour window to civilians in the northern Gaza to move towards central or southern Gaza. But now what we are given to understand that given that there is a hostile weather condition, Israeli forces or the land forces of Israel are delaying the entry into Gaza, but the deployment on the Gaza Strip, around the Gaza Strip, has been increased, has been going up in past few hours. And while Israel waits for the weather to get better to enter Gaza Strip, one thing is very clear, that land invasion in Gaza is inevitable, given that Israel has very clearly said that we will not rest till we put an end to Hamas. So definitely it has been delayed, but it is inevitable is what we are given to understand.
Okay, so there has been a delay of few days due to the factors that include the weather. But Rishabh, what does this mean? Because there are also several hostages, several innocent civilians who have been taken by the Hamas terrorists. As Israel mounts the offensive, this is going to delay the plans of Israel at least by some days.
Well, definitely. See, hostage has been used by Hamas to buy more time to negotiate with Israel, but Israel is in no mood to negotiate any further. What we have seen in last 8 days, the way Israel has lost over 1,500 non-combatants in the terror attack by Hamas from Gaza Strip, one thing is very clear, that Israel is not negotiating. Given that the weather is right now hostile, and Israel defense forces do understand that entering Gaza Strip with this hostile weather, as well as the condition that is in Gaza, can inflict further more damage to Israel, and that's the reason that this has been delayed. Definitely, hostage situation is right now very, very worrisome. There are international players as well, given that the hostages belong to different nationalities. But the Israel forces do understand that will enter Gaza Strip today, tomorrow, or maybe in later this week, but that will happen for sure.
Okay, all right. The troops have in fact been moved to the Gaza Strip. They are right outside. The ground invasion was to begin, but there has been a bit of a change in plan because of the hostile weather. Israelis' plan of invasion of Gaza has been delayed due to several factors, and this also includes the weather. So the planned ground assault of the Gaza Strip, which had been initially set for the weekend after a 24-hour deadline being given to the civilians, has now been delayed. It's facing a delay of a few days due to several factors, one of them also being bad weather. So there are cloudy conditions that would have posed a big challenge, and this is the reason why it has been delayed for a few days. It would have been a challenge for the pilots, the drone operators that are providing air support for the ground forces. The aerial strikes, though, are still going to continue. But bad weather leading to delay in the operations of Israel.